Well, hello everybody. Welcome to my beta 1.7.3 world. So, I've been playing old versions of Minecraft for a long time. I started my Minecraft journey, I think around 1.6, beta 1.6. So I'm not sure if you can hear the revving engine outside my window. Don't really feel like we're starting the recording. But yeah, I've been playing for a long time, and even though I do like modern Minecraft, I think beta and alpha as well are pretty much the only versions of Minecraft that I actually like own any like long-term survival worlds on, because I don't know. It's not that I can't get into modern, and I certainly go through my fair share of 2 week phases with my buddies, but I think all in all, beta and alpha is just like an entirely different game. And there are plenty of video essays and other YouTube videos out there that explain it way better than I can. You know, I think it's something a little bit more than just nostalgia. Granted, you know, anybody who's trying to tell you that there's no nostalgia attached to it at all, they're probably BSing you. I mean, there's always a little bit attached to it, right? I mean, there are certainly some aspects of modern Minecraft that are just better, right, as the game updates. But I will say overall, like in terms of just what I always envisioned Minecraft to be, I do think like beta 1.7.3 is probably like the ideal version for me, just to play like on an actual survival world, like long term forever. But that's just my opinion. I very much see both sides to it, and I have a lot of fun with modern Minecraft. But this is kind of just how I start. But anyway, this is my spawn. So this world started in alpha, and for those of you who don't know, it was alpha 1.1.2 underscore 01, I believe. In that version of Minecraft, there are no beds, so having like a good lit up spawn area was something that was pretty imperative to do, or else getting back to your base in the middle of the night could be a little bit of an issue if you died. Nowadays, of course, this is kind of just a reminder of what it was like back when this world started, which is kind of cool. Um, and before anyone asks, no, I did not start this world when Alpha like actually came out. I started this world sometime like junior, sophomore year of my college years, and so I've had this world, I guess, about 3 years or maybe 4. So it's pretty cool. But anyway, yeah, you spawn here. I feel like I've been working on this world for a long time, and it's always something I come back to. And even sometimes, like it's really my comfort game, honestly. And also, before anyone asks, yes, my render distance is huge. I have Optifine on. A cool thing that you can do with this, I didn't even know this existed, is far view. Now that our PCs as adults are a lot better than what they used to be as kids, I can play this game on far render distance and even triple the render distance, I believe is what that says. Yeah, so pretty solid. But yeah, um, super cool, super fun world. I've been coming back to this for a long time. My buddies like to make fun of me because sometimes I'll be on Discord just playing this game and I'll just like walk around my world and like do nothing. They're like it's literally Schrodinger's Minecraft. And I'm like, kinda. But I don't know. It's fun. It's very much a comfort game, a comfort world to be on for me. But yeah, it's pretty cool design. I mean, I wasn't entirely sure what I was going for here. You're pretty limited in your block palette in this game, and so everything that you do kind of has to be done intentionally, and has to be in a way that, you know, if you like it, right? Not everything's gonna look super pretty. But hey, this was right here was one of my first projects in this world. I'm not really sure what to call it. It's a cool like X or a cross of some sort. That kind of just connects this whole mountaintop, which I pretty much turn this whole area into my base of operations. So before I move on to over there, I'm gonna go into here real quick. It looks like it's turning nighttime. Thankfully, because this is beta 1.7.3, I do have beds here. Now this is an interesting thing. This is a pretty good indicator that this world wasn't always in beta. For those who don't know, this is a water ladder. Of course, it doesn't work anymore, but in the alpha versions of the game before beta 1.4, actually. I think in some of the beta versions it did work. You could use water ladders. Gosh, I really wish that this was still a thing in beta 1.7.3. This was like one of the biggest things that I was like really hesitant about updating because you can just like zip up like super quick. And it used to be also when you could stagger the ladders like every other block. Granted, you could only make one ladder at a time, whereas today you get like three. But this was my very first little base, so of course, when I first started the world, I didn't have that bridge that just safely takes me to all of my stuff. I had to walk over here, and this is where I settled, and there's a creeper over there. Get him out. Another one of my favorite features. Yes, like this is one of those things where it's like, oh my goodness. This might show you just how much time I've spent on this world, because like, I probably didn't even know there was a singular mushroom in that little dark spot. And it is expanded everywhere. That's hilarious. First tree farm here, by the way. This is where I used to get all my wood. It kind of like acted as well as a little bit of, I guess, kind of like blocking you from some of the mobs at the outside. But yeah, that's funny. But yeah, this is my very first like little hut. That's how I always start my worlds. Just dig into a mountain. It's a makeshift house. If I believe, okay, that's funny. I don't think that even is my first diamond pickaxe. If it is, then maybe that's why I put that there. I do know this is the first pickaxe I ever made. That's another one of the things I kind of like to do sometimes. I just like to keep it in there and just, every now and then if I look back and remember like, oh dang, that's like the first thing I crafted in the entire world. Aside from a crafting bench, right? But, very interesting. I honestly might take that, but just in case that is, like, I have so many diamonds, it doesn't really matter. But, pretty cool stuff. Um, I'll go up first. So, again, this is kind of like the mountain where I've claimed, like, a lot of territory. There's a lot of different levels up here, too. This is where I came in, right? So this pops up into this little bridge. And then it goes up just one more layer, I believe. Oh, two more, actually. Oh, I know where this layer goes. We'll go there next. There's a lot of different levels to this, which is pretty fun. I spent a lot of time in one area, but all the way at the top of this mountain, I've pretty much spawn-proofed everything. The torches look insane, because there's just so many, but you kind of have to do it like that in this version. Like, the torch's light doesn't go near as far, so kind of needs to do that, but I mean, this view is beautiful. I mean, and this was all alpha terrain that generated. It's so mountainous. Like, I still to this day think this is probably the best terrain I've ever gotten, including modern. Well, maybe not. Some of the new modern terrain's pretty cool, but it's just insane. Like, what a view, what a view! And in the alpha colors, it looks really, really, really cool. But before I guess go down to the mines and stuff, I will show my first house that I built in this world. It kind of sucks. I'm not a great builder, and I certainly wasn't really that great of a builder 3 years ago. Despite having like legitimately 15 years of Minecraft experience. It's always been something I'm not great at. But I do think I've improved. Like, there was a certain time, I think like a year or two ago, I really tried to get better at building. And I think we'll see a little bit of that over there. That's like my holy grail. But this is my house, and actually, again, a little kind of over the place. I'll probably show this. I think this was built before my house, actually. It's a little bit of a greenhouse. So in the alpha days, that's funny, cow must have spawned in here. This was like legitimately, I think, every single plant you could grow. Cactuses didn't really have much of a use, and wheat was pretty good. The sugarcane was also kind of useless, I believe. But, oh, I kept it all here. This was interesting. Like, if you put fences underneath tilled grass, it doesn't break. I'm not even sure this still works. Okay, it works. It's pretty useful, considering you have to shift everywhere to not break it, so I guess it's worth it. I remember actually in alpha this not kind of working though. I think this is really the only glitch that works well in beta 173, but pretty cool. I mean, again, nothing crazy. It looks okay, but I thought it was pretty fun. I think like one of the things I do like about beta, honestly, is because you're so limited. Like builds like these like look better, if that makes sense. Like I don't know, like, when I look at, like a modern Minecraft build, because you get like the upside down stairs, and there's so many more like types of blocks and detail. You know, things look really cool. And of course, for really good builders, I think that's awesome. But um, I kind of like the simplicity. I like that things look blocky. You know, this isn't supposed to look like the greatest thing ever, but you know what? It gets the job done, and I like it. And here comes my house. I mean, it's very blocky. It's a square, but it's fun. And the interior, I think, makes it look pretty nice. Like, this is solid. I got a nice flat screen. I got cake. Sit over here and eat my cake. The jukebox. I've got a couple versions. I think cat's better. Some food, you know. Got a little back porch. Look at the nice views, take it in. Got a great view. Beautiful view. Little backside garden. Going up to the second story. That's where my bed is. I'll probably go ahead and sleep. This used to be where I used to keep a lot of my storage. Look at that. That's one of the things I don't love about this Optifine and maybe the far view. It's kind of weird on the lighting. It looks a little strange, but it's alright. So a bunch of stuff here. I mean, this is very standard stuff. I've cleared most of it. I've moved all of my storage elsewhere, which we'll see later. And then, yeah. Up here is where I kind of had some more stuff. I could cook stuff. I used to have a diamond block right there, but I got rid of it. I used to keep some random stuff, but right over here. Now that I think about this, is interesting. It's have no door. I think this was done intentionally. I don't know, but I think it's because this is all half slabs. That must be why. Oh yeah, cool view. Yeah, now with all the light, it's very nice. And you can see like there's some weird lighting issues that happen in my worlds, probably because of Optifine. That's all right though. But yeah, let's start doing a little bit more of the tour. So I'll probably go ahead and turn off the music. So before I move on all the way over here, I will show one thing. I wonder if anybody was thinking, you know, like, what's that painting just like kind of doing there? Maybe if they saw through that a little bit. This is a classic thing. I think you can still do this today. Secret rooms are just awesome to me. The basement. This is one of my favorite rooms. What's really cool is there is a skeleton spawner like right underneath my house, and that was like unintentional. I didn't realize this until later. Here they're coming in. They spawn 3 at a time. But crazy. Like I would just be standing in my house and I could AFK bones. Oh, it used to just be arrows, but of course now we got bones. In alpha there was just the arrows, but crazy stuff. And so here, oh, yeah, something to note. This is not vanilla. Technically not vanilla. I mean, it is like mostly vanilla. So I started this run, like I said, on alpha, right? And I love a lot of the old glitches, and you know, part of me didn't want to part with them. One of the biggest ones being booster cards. Yes, I know I have powered rails now, and this looks so bad. I'm not very good at redstone, but it works. But booster cards are one of my favorite things. This is probably one of those things that definitely fits into the you're just nostalgic for this, because you know there are better ways to do this now. But booster cards are so cool to me, and they shoot you so far. Like, it's awesome. But I actually won't go on that real quick. So yes, I do have a mod that enables boosters again. I, there's one more that enables some other like old glitch. I can't even remember it honestly. But if you also notice, I also have a texture pack to give the old textures. Because there's just like one of those things. I'm like, I don't know, like beta 173, like straight up vanilla, no texture pack, and even to a certain extent, no mods. This might even sound a little crazy. Feels too modern to me. I don't. If I'm gonna play no hunger bar, no sprint Minecraft, I don't want the new cobble. I like the old cobble. This feels like old Minecraft, but now we're kind of getting back into the tunnels here. So before I had this rigged up to my house, it was rigged up over here. And this is where I got my arrows. I still have a ton in there. But yeah, I mean, since then, because I knew all of this was kind of connected, it all just connects through my like series of tunnels that I have here. So keep on moving. Again, this feels a little bit over the place. It's my first time doing this, but there is just so much like interesting stuff just like everywhere. So it kind of feels like I need to do that. So, actually, you know what? I think I will go ahead and take that minecart ride, and you'll see why later. So, yeah, I mean, this is like my old starting area, and I guess to now mention the elephant in the room, yes, I got a lighthouse. That's one of my first big builds. Well, if you can call it big. Look, it's big to me, alright? I always remember looking out, I think it was like one of those windows in there. I'm like, there's just a patch of green land right there. Like, I need a lighthouse there. And I'm thinking one day I need to get a boat, like a big boat, like right over there, or even like here, or it could be off the coast over there. But regardless, I need a big boat. But I really like my house. I mean, this is all me. I didn't look up anything for it. I think it looks pretty cool for the most part. You got the glowstone up there. Like, it actually functions as a lighthouse, so to speak. That was one of my first big projects. It took so much wool. Um, I used a glitch, I think, to dupe the red wool, because in alpha, because I think I built that in alpha, it's just ridiculous to get wool. Nowadays, I don't rely on such cheap tactics. I have other ways. Oh my gosh! For a second, I think it was coming. Yeah, I got redstone. Anyway, this was pretty cool. It boosts you out from a house underneath the water. I thought that was always really cool. Granted, I never really made this look pretty, but it takes me to the other side pretty nice. And yeah, uh, this is where I started building a whole bunch of new stuff. That was my home for a long time, and even today, I'll go there and get some stuff, but yeah, I'd since moved on to over here, and this is my magnum opus. Before I fully built this, and there are some cool screenshots, maybe I'll put up on screen if I end up doing that later, but there are some cool screenshots of when this build looked like an alpha, when this world was still an alpha, and it was like still like getting put together. Actually, I'll do better yet. I think I posted on the Goldenage Minecraft subreddit some old posts. You can look at those. Um, but before I finished that, I made this little fishing hut, which was pretty cool. Nice and cozy. Go out here, fish. I used to have a bunch of boats, but now they're all over the place. You can boat over to the lighthouse if you want. Maybe I will do that. Aha, yes. Because the lighthouse is pretty cool to view on the inside. Let's go ahead and do that. Be on the way over there. Again, views are cool. It's not as pretty from down here, but you get the idea. This is one of those things where I was saying there are certainly things in modern Minecraft that are just much better. Boats are one of them. I'm gonna have to like exit from over here because it's gonna shoot off like that. Look at all these squids. These are actually useful for their black ink. So in here, I thought about doing like a spiral staircase of sorts, but this already kind of concaves in, so Alas, it is just a ladder up to the top. But it's pretty cool. I mean, this is a full-blown lighthouse. You get up to the top, and you can look. You get some pretty cool views. It's actually been a long time since I've gone up in here and like took in the view. I mean, look, you can't really see it, but there's even like crazy mountaintops over there. Over there. I mean, if you, I didn't show it, but like on the other side of there, like there's some really cool terrain that I've always was like, man, maybe I should go over there. But pretty solid stuff. I'm gonna hurry on down here, and I'll get to the cool stuff. Don't worry. Let's boat on back over. Yeah, these bots just suck. They're really not that good, but it's alright. I mean, I don't know. You can get going. It's one of those things, though. Like, I mean, it's faster than walking, and it's one of those things that, like, I believe is very much underrated. Like, I think one of the things that a lot of people hate about old Minecraft is like, oh, you can't. Yeah, see, they just suck. They're unreliable. There's one stuck in over there. They're like, oh, you can't sprint. It feels so slow. Honestly, one of my favorite parts of Minecraft, like, or beta and alpha, uh, you know, it slows down progression and it makes the world feel giant. Like, to get all the way back over there, it's a pain in the butt. I had to build this whole rail station to make it even, like, a little fast. Even then, it's not the most fast. And again, it's maybe one of those things that's like weird to like praise. Like, yeah, it's so slow. The game is really slow. I love it. But um, no, I do. And again, there are people that can explain it better. But look, this is a little castle town. And this is, I actually think I did pretty good. This is very much inspired by the blacksmith and villages you see today. Pretty cool stuff here. I got like this little armor forge something thing. Oh, that's cool. I got the church over here. Let's go in here. I like my church a lot. This is very solid in my opinion. It's all iron. I wish you could put pressure plates on fences. It's a little tall, but pretty cool spot. Pretty cool spot. But yeah, I mean, I just really like the idea of the fact there's no sprint. Like, the world feels way bigger when it's not as accessible, if that makes sense. I think even, like, this was a thing, like, in the original Halo, right, you couldn't sprint. And I feel like I heard this somewhere that, like, the devs even, like, said something, like, when we added sprint to, like, the later installments of the franchise, like, you know, the game almost becomes hallway simulator. Like, you try to make the maps way bigger than they used to be, and they don't even feel as big because you can traverse them way quicker. And so I think that's always been something that's interesting. But kind of getting back more, you know, I got the Fountain Mall, or Fountain, whatever it's called. These are like little stand-up stands for people to sell their stuff at. Of course, it's single player, but it looks cool. It's for the lore. I like this. It's pretty cool. The tavern. This is one of my favorites. Barkeep sits here. Open up the fridge, get you some stuff. The lighting's messed up here. Don't know how to fix that. It's alright though. Probably if I broke it and placed it back. Oh, I really hope. Oh my gosh. Maybe this is not the time to be doing this. Let's try though. Okay, yeah, that's good to know. We'll fix it later. Maybe, honestly. Yeah, that fixes it too. But pretty cool stuff. And I like this. So this is like the lounge area. This is for like the... Oh, it's raining. This is like the VIP lounge area up here. You can lounge, look over at the people drinking and eating below. It's pretty solid. I like it. I think I am going to sleep so I can get over this. This is the first house I put in here. This is just my house. It's pretty not great. I got a dog, which is cool. The upstairs is slightly furnished. It looks alright. But it's cool. Yeah, of course, it's still going to be raining in the daytime. But that's alright. Oh, maybe not. It stopped. So, before I go into there, we'll show this house. Pretty cool house too, spawn design. I think it looks alright. Again, kind of bare bones. I didn't really know what to do here. Um, it kind of meant to just like watch over the city. Pretty cool stuff though. And then this takes us to a spider farm. This is one of my most recent farms I've made. Kind of just takes us through the caves below. Because I found a spider farm, and this is what I use now to make my wool. Let's see here. You literally just stand here, and you get all infinite wool. It's pretty cool. I mean, it looks scary and dangerous, like they're gonna kill you, but I promise you it's fine. It's super quick too. There's somebody on YouTube that made this, but you have to be killed by cactus because they're a little bit too. These guys are loud. A little bit too small to be killed effectively by lava. So cactus is a great idea, and you can turn wool, or should I say string, into wool. Don't have the greatest interest in this, so like I had this come back up over here, and I realized like this is actually pretty close to all my stuff. But instead of like making like some sort of pathway from the house, I figured it might be just easier just to connect it all by rail system, which I believe is the best. So this is pretty funny because I do have booster carts in this world, but I also use um, the actual rail booster, like the official, instead of just using like booster carts. So it is interesting. My world has got like a nice mix of everything, which is pretty fun. And so yeah, I will now show down here. This is where things get a little cool. So down here, we can go into my mine shafts, or at least one of them. This is a cool area. This is where I keep all of my stuff. This took forever to build too. I mean, mining out anything is a pain in the butt, especially because there was like lava pools here. So filling that up was sucked. So one of my first things that's cool is that I did like about Beta 173. Sand Duper. Yes, I have no shame. I honestly think, you know what, it's just one of those cool things. You can dupe sand. You can do it in modern Minecraft too. It's just way easier here. I believe it's just like pistons that go up and down with sand and it kind of just dupes it. I like it because look, sandstone's a pain in the butt. It's cool. New block. I do the same thing with gravel. And, you know, there's really no need to just go out mining it. This is where I keep all my storage. Bunch of glowstone, mossy. I've gone to a lot of dungeons. A lot of wool. Get some food here. This is pretty cool. Semi-auto farm. If I walk to the sides, nothing happens, right? But this middle one will leave out some water to help do it all. They're not quite ready, so I'm not going to do it. So I cook all my stuff. It also takes me to a bunch of mines. These mines are not fully fleshed out like some other ones I'll show you, but yeah, I mean, it's a pretty cool room, I think. Again, more storage for a bunch of stuff, bunch of slime. This is not cheated in, I promise you. So all of my sticky pistons are legit. A lot of diamonds, a lot of diamond tools. I like to keep them in like one hit and just store them away. I think it's kind of funny. You will notice though, you might be like, okay, you definitely cheated this in. Actually, no, you can use pistons to move stuff around, and I did it. Now, coal and redstone and iron and gold are not that hard, but diamond is a little bit of a pain in the butt. I think I found these diamonds like over there. I started just mining that way, and I actually found it pretty quick, but goodness, it could have been horrible. So to the mob farm and the old base. I haven't showed the old base underground quite yet because it's all connected through this very long rail system. Um, this is pretty fun. I don't know. It is kind of funny that I have like the official boosters and then a booster cart. Like I use it to start it, and then I have a boost because it takes you so far. It's just one of those things old Minecraft I loved. It's just the booster cards. I just thought they were so cool. So I was like, if I'm gonna upgrade to 173, I need to have that mod installed. And so I think it's really the best of both worlds, best way to play this game. If you like the old textures and the old glitches, you can set it up pretty well, which I think is pretty fun. The only thing I really miss is the water ladder, but that's all right. So I'm passing by, and if you do this, it's really not even that crazy right now. I have a giant mob farm. It's like 80 by 80 or something like that, or 80 by 40 or something crazy. Um, and also welcome. This is where the bottom of this comes from. And here we are with my. I was digging around because I think you can, in those old alpha versions, you could like dig around and you could find like the bottom of the world. Sometimes like the bedrock would be missing. It's pretty cool. Let's see if we can find it because this is all old generation. I bet you like if it did generate, we could see it. Oh, I think. Oh no. Maybe not. Maybe not. Well, if it did exist, it'd be around here somewhere, but it could be kind of cool. It's literally it just goes into the void. It's possible that I can't actually tell if that's stone or bedrock underneath. I guess we'll never know. Oh wait. Oh, I broke over there. Whatever. It's a cool area though. And yeah, there was no coordinates back then, so I had to like label it out, which I thought was kind of funny. But this was my first like original like underground base. Again, a lot of storage here. These days, it pretty much just stores all of my mob farm stuff. But pretty cool mob farm. You get all these guys, and it's super good because there's a bunch of caves around that I have fully lit up. So like pretty much only mob spawns happen in here, and it's a huge area. I don't usually do this, but I'll go to peaceful to kind of show this off real quick. Actually, let's think over here. Oh. What was the way to... I think this was it. I like used to actually have... Oh yeah, here it is. It's pretty long. Yeah, I think it's like 80 by 40 or something, but it's long. And this sucked to build. You'll see a bunch of sand, which you might think is weird. A lot of this was on like lava level, and these were all lava lakes, and so I was like using sand to try and get rid of the lava. I was using a glitch to break blocks instantly with in the oldest versions of Minecraft, you could do a trick with a hoe and seeds, and if you plant like a seed below a block, it like breaks anything. It was crazy stuff. And so I was using that to break the obsidian because like otherwise it was just gonna take forever. But the rates are actually very good. But yeah, I mean this is it. And then I was near a giant cave system, like I said, that I had to light up fully. Very cool stuff. There were some diamonds over here that I mined. Yeah. And then yeah, tons and tons and tons of mining. Most of the diamonds in that chest in there, I found from mining out, not the mob farm, surprisingly, but this whole thing took so many diamonds, which is pretty cool. But yeah, this takes me to the nether. I pretty much showed everything in that whole starting area that we were in. And so, now, my nether is like, kind of lame. Like, I spawned like in this weird underground or like cave system. Oh my goodness. Get some good old ghast battling in old Minecraft. I haven't been up there in so long, I don't even know where it leads, but I don't really do much on the surface of the Nether. I've been up there to get glowstone and stuff, but these days I pretty much just use the Nether as transportation. Again, like no matter what version of Minecraft you play, this is by far the fastest way to travel. You go about 8 times as fast, right? Or one block in the overworld is 8 here. Sorry, that's the opposite. This goes like all the way to some snow world that I didn't build anything at. There's no reason to even check that out. So this goes to the places that are like the future sites. So the world that I was in over there, um, I think the only thing I didn't show over there was the tree farm outside the castle, but it's literally just a bunch of trees. I don't know. I started feeling like I'd built a lot there, and I kind of wanted to get a new scenery. Now that like I've actually like built these tunnels to new areas, I almost am like, nah, there's still so much stuff I could do over there. So I'm a little conflicted right now, but I've spent so much time uh, tunneling out in here, and these used to be all boats. Now you'll see a bunch of boats here, and I'll show you. This is a very underrated way to travel in old versions. You can just click really fast, and you can go. Of course, this is the one issue with this. Clearly, I forgot to clean this up. Yeah, the boats, because boats like suck in this version, man. Like, you break a boat in there, it's a pain in the butt to fix. So there's some flaws to it. I like it, but at the same time, I'm like, man, it sucks. It's a way less resource demanding than, say, Rails, but I don't know. It's cool. Theoretically, fastest way to travel in the game. I think aside from maybe like the piston pushing stuff. So I went out here, far away, and this is now all like beta terrain, right? Like, whereas the old world was all alpha terrain. It's a cool area. Like, I like it. And I was like, oh, I could build some cool. I put a ship here, which now I almost want to do in my old place, just because like I don't know, there's still so much land there I could put stuff on, and I think it might look a little bit cooler to fully flesh out my OG spot before I move on to new places. And I think that might be the way to do it. But there's some cool stuff here. Like I really like this like kind of bay. Um, I've started already making like look. It doesn't matter how far you're on a world. This is how I do it every time. Even if I'm going through a portal and looking to camp somewhere else, you gotta make a little base of operations first. Gotta do what you gotta do. Again, more diamond tools that I've just parked here. Got a mine that goes down. You're always gonna need a mine everywhere you go, but there's really nothing here. This just goes down to literally just mine shafts. There's nothing even built down there like it's built in my other places. There's a lot of skeletons, and so not really worth checking out. There is one last place that's kind of worth checking out, and hopefully this hasn't been disappointing. I've seen some pretty cool world tours in my day, and I'll take this time to fix up the boat situation. I think I'll need like 4 max, so we'll see here. I know I've seen some pretty cool builds in my time, right? So I know that I don't. It was literally just one. I know this probably isn't the craziest builds of all time, but it's a world I'm proud of, and I've really enjoyed it. But this is like my newest project, which again haven't fully built much here. You'll see like one thing. You'll see the vision for it, and I think it's pretty fun. But it's a snow world, or a snow biome, I should say. Merry Christmas, guys. We're getting to it. And so, yeah. Again, always have a spot, hold some stuff. As you can see, getting Christmassy. But it's a cool area. The snow biomes are just not great in beta, if I'm being honest. It feels very barren, but I'm gonna make it look cool. You can see what I'm cooking up over here. I'm gonna build a mega Christmas tree. But it's not done yet. Um, Building with leaves in beta, gosh, it sucks. Because you need to have logs, right? You just need to, or else the leaves will decay. So it's not like the worst thing in the world, but like you always have to have like a pattern, because I don't want it to be like too loggy in the middle. But you know, I also don't want it to look like dumb. You know, so you need like a good mix. And so I'm building this up. The idea is this is like the center of a Christmas town. And you know, I think I'll do this for now. I don't know. Part of me wants to build some more stuff in my mainland. Like, it was like one of those weird things. Like, I'm gonna start making my way back to the mainland or my main spot. Like, I was viewing it and I was like, man, like, I don't think I'm done with that area. So I don't know. Maybe you could leave your thoughts below. What would you do? Would you move on? The New Horizons. I mean, I kind of like this just because it's Christmassy right now, and it might be a good time to start doing stuff like that. But I also think that, you know, I've got a really cool area over there. I've never really stayed in one area for too long. This is something that I even do, like, well, in modern Minecraft, I haven't built nearly as much as I've built on this world. um, but even in modern Minecraft, I do the same stuff where it's kind of like I build a house and like that's it. I've never had like a whole like area where like everywhere you look there's something I've built. And I kind of want that. So I probably will start I probably won't move on to like that area yet. I might do the Christmas thing in the meantime just cuz it's Christmas, right? But I don't know. I think there's still so much more I can do here. Like I had that revelation. And I really had the revelation when I was playing with my alpha texture pack. I play with my alpha texture pack, and I also play with this old cobble and old bricks texture pack. Again, just because I like it. As in, I mean, this started on alpha, and alpha. If I could keep playing on alpha and have pistons and some other stuff, I'd do it. But this is the closest we're gonna get is just new textures, right? So, you know, it works. And I mostly just like really the old cobble and some other stuff. But the alpha textures are fun, and I don't know. Maybe it's because I was using the alpha textures when I looked at this, and I had that revelation. And it's probably some like nostalgia wave hits me, um, and that's why I think this can get loud sometimes. A bunch. Like, look at that, crazy. Like it's got good rates. Um, But yeah, I don't know, because I was looking at it and I was like, man, like this is such a cool area. And then like I'm looking at it with the alpha textures, and I'll probably end the video off with that. You know, see what I saw. And I was like, oh, dude, like this, there's still so much more I can do here. So much more. And so, yeah, I don't know. I think I'll do it. And one of the things I want to do, I mentioned earlier, was the boat in that area near the lighthouse. I also want like a proper house. Not to say my house on the hill is bad, but I could do better now. I'm a little bit better of a builder. I think I understand it now. Funnily enough, the biggest revelation I had in terms of building was you gotta plan it out before you do it. Now, okay, it does look a little strange with the grass because that's obviously not a thing in alpha. But there's no grass anywhere outside of this. I like the grass because it does make this feel like a little more full, but it is interesting what the grass looks like with alpha because it exists. But like, you look at this and you're like, oh yeah, this is alpha. This is alpha. And this is what it looked like, man. Granted, you couldn't see as far. Sometimes I think I almost don't like the fact I can see so far. Yeah, it might just be another one of those weird, like, okay, dude, Like my steak is too juicy and my lobster's too buttery. Like it's like okay, I get it, but I don't know. This wasn't really what this was supposed to look like. And so this is a cool view, like seeing the house. Like it was so sick. But I don't know. Sometimes I look at it, I'm like I can see too far, and maybe that's why it makes it look a little weird. Because like I look at this, I'm like, oh, this is alpha, but I'm also like, this is some weird modified version of alpha, which it is. It's beta with a bunch of alpha mods, but oh well. By bunch, I mean it's really just the one. But I mean, look at this. There's still so much more I could do here. Like so much more. Like for one, I could probably create some better train service. Like a lot of my train stations are really dependent on other train stations. Like this leads there, and then I have underground ones. I could create one above ground that just goes everywhere and meets in like a central location. I think that could be cool. Um, Not sure where I'd put it or how I'd do it, but I think it could be cool. The truth is, I could really put the central location here, right? I already have one thing that connects over there. Then I can create it to shoot out maybe over here. Like, I can't remember. I'd have to go over there, but like, there is. It's like somewhat flat over there. Like, that's where I could put my mansion. Or I could put the mansion over there. Or over there. Yeah, there are a lot of different things I can do. Like I said, like I really don't think I'm done with this area. Big boat. I mean, honestly, the mansion could go over there. I've never like really had a view from over there. Like that's a whole different beast. And I think I also mentioned it earlier. Like beyond over here is pretty cool. Granted, I think I want to keep it somewhat in this area so I can see it all. You know, because then it's almost like okay, like if I build my house all the way back here where I can't see any of my other builds, it's like then I might as well just be building in the new areas that I got. This is where the light issues are. I have to go over there and like use torches or something. Um, so this would be another issue of building over here is that my surroundings look kind of jank. But I mean, it's super cool area. By the way, yeah, look at this. See what I mean? Really cool area. I've always thought I could do like it's like a little village down here. You know, houses across on both sides. You look up, you have like two mountain tops. You do some cool stuff here. I saw in one like video somebody had like a Herobrine cave where they made it look like those old Herobrine videos. I always thought that that'd be kind of cool to have too. But yeah, I mean this is pretty much my world. I mean there's the tree farm. I didn't really look at it. It's just a tree farm. Um, Nothing much more to it, but yeah, I don't know. I think I really want to build a solid like mansion house, or I also want to build like not a library. What am I thinking of? I want to build a museum of sorts that hosts every item in the game. I probably have every item in the game. I can't think of one that I don't. Probably the golden apple I don't have. No golden apples would have generated in this area. I'd have to go searching for it elsewhere, which that could be a fun quest to do. Because this is all alpha generation. That actually is probably gonna be the hardest thing to get. A beta 173 golden apple. That could be pretty fun. Be kind of insane, but I'd probably try. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to do. I mean, dude, I could put the house up like over there. I also wanted like a statue of sorts. I don't know. There's a lot of ideas. I think all roads kind of lead to me building stuff here again. Yeah, this is my spot. Like I got a good thing going here. Like why would I, let go of that? I got a solid area. I got a cool little castle town. Part of me is like I put like a statue overlooking there. Or I could put the statue right there. I've always thought of that too. Because there's kind of just a little hilltop right here. You can put the statue like overlooking the bay. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Or over there. Point is, there's a lot of cool stuff to do, and I think this is a pretty cinematic way to end it with the nighttime. You can hear my skeleton trap. I think I'll end it overlooking the beautiful world I've got. But look, guys, yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and put a like on it, subscribe if you want. Not really a big deal, but it'd be cool to grow this channel. I'm not really expecting too much out of it. I'm mostly doing this for fun, so do what you want is what my 2 cents is. And yeah, I mean, let me know if you want to see more of this world, if you want to see an update again. It's cool. I understand it's probably not the greatest world of all time, but goodness, I got like a pretty cool area. Yeah, I can't give up on this area yet. And we can end it with some nice Optifine lighting glitches. There you go. It's starting to look a little bit better now. But well, guys, I hope you enjoyed watching this, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.